We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
How's that East Coast weather treating you
Oh
over there?
yeah, it's cold.
Is it cold?
That's the hottest day was today was 62 that we had.
Awesome. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, today was a big difference here too. I mean, it was a big
Warm.
difference. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
humid, more humid. It was low 80s, but the humidity sucked. It was
Right.
terrible. It was
Man.
really bad. It was really bad. Yeah, man, we got some. I think summer's getting ready to set in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the mosquitoes are so very active. The flies are everywhere. I think that little treat that we had with the dry weather, nice cool weather. I think that's a thing of the past for right now.
Oh wow.
I really do. Super Dave, what's going on, my man? He's over there dropping the links. Any of you guys need to get in contact with me or Steve? Super Dave is the
Super
guy.
Dave.
He keeps the chat clean.
Yep.
He
Yep.
he helps us with answering questions. This guy's a avid crappie fisherman. He's been with us. Me and Dave's known each other for a
Yep.
long time. Man, I can't give this guy enough props with the amount of help that he gives us on the show. And there's Slick.
Slick.
He,
What's happening?
he's also a moderator over there in the chat. Help us keep everything flowing and clean. Really do appreciate both you guys. Rick, what's going on? Got a
Rick.
lot of
What's
got a
happening,
few
man?
people in already. Murdoch, what's
Hey,
happening, my
Murdoch.
man? Tell me that workload didn't lighten up for you. There's Jr. He was out on the lake today.
Jr. What's happening?
Put him a nice sack together.
Yep.
Tell you what, today I seen those fish more. I'm not gonna say aggressive because I had to wake them up, but once I got them awakened, they thumped fire from the jig.
Right.
And that pink diamond, man, it's still just
Oh man.
it stays on one of my rods in that boat.
Right.
And what I've been having to do, I mean, every man, I've been talking about doing this, having to do this for so many years. Is I'll take 2 to 4 rods with me, and I'll have different baits, different sizes, different profiles on each rod, and it just is so much faster. And sometimes I'll drop down on a fish with one color, and they don't react positive. I'll grab another rod and drop on that same fish with a different rod with a
Right.
different bait, and catch them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean it just works like that.
Yep.
But pink diamond today, I never put that rod down,
Hmm.
and I caught a big old flathead.
Oh, cool.
Well, I say big, it's probably 7 8 pounds,
Yeah.
the perfect size. The perfect size. Ford, what's going on, my
Hey,
man?
Ford.
Who else we got over here? I think I shot Rick out already.
Rick. What's happening?
Super Dave. Slick still with us. Black Smoke back in the house. What's going on, my
Hey,
man?
Black Smoke. What's
Some
happening, man?
I know some. I know Steve ain't been fishing, but
Nah, I
somebody in the
haven't.
chat.
I've been eating fish.
Get some of that home cooking over there, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up. Dumpaholics back with us.
Hey, Thumbaholic.
Super Dave say he loved the jig pick. I thought I'd appeal to some people. But what we going I had a couple guys one guy hit me up a while back, and another guy need to remind me, say, hey man, you gonna talk about these jig hook sizes and jig head sizes.
Right.
There's so many people that just do not have a clue. They want
Right.
to order bait or order jigs, and they just don't know.
Right.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. I got some lined up here that I'll show you guys the different heads, and talk a little bit about different hooks and hook sizes, and what I use them for. I mean, there's a lot of different opinions on the purpose of each weight, each size. My thing is I go with the absolute lightest that I can get away with, and that's worked for me for a lot of years. And but sometimes depending on depth, depending on the wind, and all of that other stuff, you can increase the weight of the jig head. and it assists you getting the jig to the fish a lot faster.
Yep.
Jeff, what's going on, my man? There's
Hey,
Joey
Jeff. Hey,
back
Joey.
with us. Fred, what's going on, my man?
Fred, what's happening?
There's Quentin.
Hey, Quentin.
So he's reportless. Work has kept me off the water. It's time to start chasing bluegill and red deer after work. Yep,
Oh man, we were talking about that today.
yep.
Red
I
hair.
tell you
Yep.
what, man. I caught one of the biggest bluegill that, and they're not totally ready here yet. But it won't be long. But if you want to fish brush piles, you can get you a really good sack. They are stacked really, especially on a couple of the lakes down here. But very little bedding action going on. We are seeing a little bit, but it's nowhere near what it's going to be real soon. But it's coming. It is coming. There's Jerry.
Jerry.
Uh-oh. He said he caught some 2 pounders on Sunday.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. Al Booster in from the boot.
Hey, Al Booster.
And for those that don't know about the boot, that's Louisiana.
Cool.
Everybody calls it the boot since it's shaped like a boot. JR, speaking up.
Yep.
Super Dave. Rick says, are you speaking to?
Yep.
There's Slap B. What's going on, my man?
Slap B, what's up, man?
Squiddo.
Squiddo, what up?
Black Smoke say, I seen a video of the live scope 36. Looks more clear than 32 or 34.
Yeah, that's that YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
think it's
I
fake.
I, I do too, because
Yeah.
before Gorman released the 32 or 34, they had, man, it was four or
Think,
five.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
4 or 5 videos out there, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
But I think something's on the horizon, but I don't know what it is.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think in June we're gonna see something at
yeah,
ICAST.
yeah. Squiddo, I'm still
What's
thinking
up, Squiddo?
360 live.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be real cool.
Or you just put your finger on the screen, it tells you what it is. Crappie,
Tell you what
catfish.
type of fish, huh?
And I give you the length, weight.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Slick says back out of the chat and hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't.
Yep, yep,
Much appreciated, brother. I'd appreciate anybody that haven't hit the thumbs up to please do
yep.
so and also subscribe. Marvin, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's happening, Marvin?
There's JLD,
JLD, what up?
J Dub.
J Dubs in the house.
All right, let's talk a little bit about these hooks. I'm gonna show you guys a lot of some of the hooks that I use, and talk about the sizes. This is, I'm gonna try to hold this thing up here to where y'all can see it. Tell you what, let me do something. Let me see if this works.
Stuff up. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Let me do this. So this is what's classified a J hook. Well, I probably can put it on my shirt. Well, maybe my face. That's classified a J hook. It looks just like a J, and that's a quarter ounce ball head. Quarter ounce ball head. That's classified a ball head. So if you order this hook, it comes in. What's the smallest size you got, Steve?
Number 8.
Number 8.
Yep,
Number 8 is small. So the
yep.
higher the number, the smaller the hook.
Bigger the
Uh,
hook.
yeah, yeah. The higher the number, the smaller the hook.
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. You're right.
The
Yeah,
higher the number, the smaller the hook.
yeah.
And it's like I said, this is a number 2. This would work on most of the plastics. I'll tell you this: it looks crazy, but I've even put a 1-inch stinger on a number
Right. Yep.
2.
I have
But
too.
it was a sickle hook. It was a
Yep.
sickle hook, and it worked. Caught fish. I won't tell you that there's a specific size for a bait, but I will tell you that the bigger the bait, go ahead and increase that hook size,
Right.
because it will prevent some hookups. So you do want to have that hook to where it's just out of the bait, and you'll be able to hook the fish. So this is the J hook that we was talking about. This right here is another one of my favorites. I use this hook a lot, and this is a sickle, what's known as a sickle hook. How can I hold that to where you can see it better? Maybe like that. So you see that it has two bends in it, and that's classified a sickle hook. This is a number two. I use this a lot. 1 3/4 stingers. It holds it really good. The 2-inch baits, it works really good. And it's like I say, this is a sickle hook, and it comes in. Steve, I think you got number eights in it also, right?
Yep. Number
Yep,
eight,
yep.
six,
So
four, two,
six.
ones. Yep.
I use a lot of the number twos, a lot of the number fours, a lot of the number sixes.
Yep. Yep.
On rare occasions, I do use number eights. I like number eights if I'm bluegill fishing. 6 and 8s for bluegill fishing. But I use all of them for crappie fishing also. Just different size baits. Uh, this is a number six sickle. And just give you a reference. See how much smaller. I guess I need to hold it like I did that last one, so you can see it. That's a number six versus the number two. Find the camera. That's number two. This
Yep.
is a number six. And this is a 1/32. Look at the head size on that versus a 1/8. This is a 1/8, and this is a 1/32. And I'm gonna tell you, I use a lot of all the sizes: 1/32, 1/16, and 1/8, and even up to quarter. And this is a number two sickle also, but look at the head on it. This is a peel head. This is what's classified a peel. What do you call this particular head, Steve? The one without
Uh,
the eye cavity?
just a pill. Yeah. The other one's a freestyle.
Oh,
The one with
freestyle.
the cavity.
Oh, with the cavity is
Yeah. Yeah.
freestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And this I'm gonna tell you now. I I use this particular jig here a lot, and as you can see, it got a little wire keeper. Not that I need it, but
Yeah.
it while I'm guiding, that little wire keeper really do save me a bunch of time, and it it uh it helps a lot. I'm gonna tell you, LBG. This is one of his favorites right here. Well, actually, I got two of them. That's his favorite, and this is also a peel head, and that's a number two hook too, right, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah.
Number two J regular J
Yeah.
hook.
Yeah.
But LBG loved those peel heads. He used them a lot. Uh, and this is a another one of LBG's favorite. This is a what do you call this hook? The one that don't bend, the
Steelhead.
steel head.
Yeah.
This is a
Two
steel head.
times.
Yep, 2 times
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah.
And that's the original wedge head,
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
from Limits Tackle.
On a
Like
steelhead. Yeah.
on a steel head. Yep,
Yeah. Them hooks are no joke. You can use them for stripers.
exactly.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
that head? That's a Limits Tackle wedge head,
Yeah.
and on a steel head hook. They don't bend,
Yeah.
but I sort of if you're fishing brush piles, you best be paying attention to what you're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if it gets
They're
stuck,
strong.
yeah, you're stuck.
You're bringing the brush
Uh,
pile up.
that's right, without
Yeah.
a doubt. And this is a number four. This is a number four sickle. This is no number two. I thought I had a number four up here. I guess I don't. Oh yeah, I do. No, I don't. I didn't get a number four. No, that is a number four. I don't have it. I don't have it lined up. So number two, number four. So you can see the difference. If there is a difference, I don't know. Yeah, it is a difference. Yep. Number four, number. So when you are, if you're gonna order hooks, you need to know the hook size
Right. Yeah.
for number one, and then you need to know the hook head size.
And the type of
So
head.
and the type of
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
and the type of hook.
Yeah. Everything is custom
So
made for you.
Right,
Yep.
right. So it's all about. Uh-oh. It's that don't look right. There we go. So just think about what you want, and Steve will always give you advice. I can give you advice on just say the type of bait you're gonna use,
Right.
the
Yep.
depth you're fishing. Do you fish a lot of open water? Do you find protected water? All those things make a big difference in.
Yep.
But most people nowadays they use split shots. Everybody, just about everybody's live scoping. Not
Yep.
everybody, but just about everybody's live scoping. So we're adding that second reference point with
Yep.
it, which is that split shot. So you can get
Yep.
away with using a lot lighter jig head.
Right.
And if these fish are finicky, you definitely want to be using a lighter jig head because that suction. If they're not aggressive, they take that jig in. That thump that you feel, that's from suction of them sucking that jig in. So if you're on finicky fish, be sure to downsize not only sometimes the size, but most definitely the weight. You most definitely want to reduce your weight, and that'll help you put more fish in your boat.
Yep.
And that's what I got. Anybody got any questions about the? I mean, I hear about jig hooks all the time. So if any of you guys, if that didn't explain, or Steve, if you got anything else to add,
Right. And
you
yeah, I sell them. I sell them each, so you can buy 5 of each. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Or you can
so
buy, yeah, 5 of each and get an assortment, and then you can decide.
right,
If you
right,
don't really know.
yeah. But I will tell you, it's best to have an assortment.
Right.
It is
Yep.
best to have an assortment of bait of
At least the
hooks.
weights. The weights you want.
Most
Yep.
definitely, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. If you're gonna use some 3-inch baits, most definitely number two,
Yep.
possibly even a 1 odd.
Yep. Number one, 1/0. I
Yeah,
go all the way up to 2/0.
right,
Yep.
right. So the bigger the bait, uh, 1 and 3/4, 2-inch baits, a number two hook, I get away with using a number four a lot too
Right.
on
Yep.
a 1 and 3/4.
Number 4 sickle is probably the most popular I sell.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I know I use them a lot too.
Yeah.
If I'm fishing small structure, I tend to use a little heavier bait, get it down there faster, and usually on small structure the fish are going to be more aggressive, and you can get away with using a heavier bait. And especially like in the summertime when I hit a lot of those small that this bait right here, I mean this hook right here is just that number two sickle with that peel head.
Yep.
It works really good.
Yep. A lot of guys put eyes on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and back when I tied jigs, I mean, it's just like the avatar for this video. I used to paint. I believed in painted heads a lot, but even back before live scope, yeah, I used several unpainted heads. But to make it look pretty, a painted head will do it. But you definitely do not have to have painted heads. It's so rare now that I use a painted head that it's unreal. It's very
Yeah.
rare, and do well on catching the fish that I
Yeah.
find. So Super Dave says he haven't heard anything on LVS 36. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, stuff like that. You really got to wait and wait till you hear from the horse's mouth.
Once one
Mister,
person took video, it goes all over the
yeah, it's
internet.
everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
It's just
Everybody
something
wants
to
to
talk
share
about
it.
it. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, most people they see that, and it's that deal of if it's too good to be true, more than likely
Yep.
it's not true.
Exactly.
Yep. Murdoch says, I do know that the fish on Ross Barnett have just now fired up spawning. Eagle is winding down, but they're still males shallow. Don't fish Enid, Grenada, or Sardis, so I have no idea.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I heard Enid is a good lake though, right?
Yeah, that's where the world record white crappie was caught.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Enid. Yep.
Yeah.
5 point something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Miss Bertha.
Hey, Miss Bertha.
Uh-oh. Well, catching them bluegill. That's what's up. Said she was on Tawakoni last
Oh,
Wednesday. Hey,
cool.
that's
How
the best
did you
excuse
catch
that
any
can.
good bluegill? I was just curious.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Let me see
back
if I
next
can.
week. I'm gonna go after chasing some.
Yeah. Man, my screen all dirty. Let me clean my screen. I'm gonna show y'all. See if I can show y'all a picture of this bluegill that I caught. Really, really good fish. See if I can get to it real quick. Oh, there you go. Look at that thing there. That is a really, really nice fish. Really nice fish. I didn't weigh it, but I've weighed some that I've caught that were over a pound, and that fish there was a lot bigger than those fish. So I'm gonna guesstimate on the low end of a pound and a quarter. I'm willing to bet that fish weighed. Uh, and really, really big fish. So it's gonna be that time here coming up real soon, real soon. I mean, there's some areas that I know are very good bedding areas that I just have not seen. Uh, them freshening up the beds, but that time is coming. Purcell, I guess I'm pronouncing it right. Purcell,
Yeah, one of the two. How's it going, man?
hook 76.
Hook 76. What up?
Uh oh, uh oh. Check that out. Slap B say he gonna go look for him some shell cracker.
Slab B.
That's on a lot of people's minds.
Yep. That
I
weather
just
warm up.
yeah, I just hate fishing for them the way you almost have to. I can't stand sitting there waiting on them though. JR say hit that thumbs up, y'all. There's Donald. What's going on, my man?
Donald.
All right. Slab says a lot of bass boys use LVS 60. No, it's not out yet.
62 is out. That's the one
Oh, that's a deep
goes to
one,
like,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
250
100.
foot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
joker, the transducer is like 2,500.
Wow. Does it work with the same GLS 10? Works with the same black box.
Yep.
That's
It's
what's
just a
up.
lot bigger. That the
The
massive.
transducer.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
saltwater guys, I guess, to go after them deep fish.
yeah. Thank you, Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Joey says all these companies like to get the hype machine going, so those sales are on fire from the release date. Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
There's Ant. What's going on, my man?
Hey, Anthony.
Uh-oh. Hook say he caught a limit on live scope on Murdoch jigs almost every time I've gone this year. Guess I owe him a steak. There you go.
That's good stuff, man.
That's what's up. There's Jesse.
Hey, Jesse. Hey,
And
what's up?
Super Dave dropping the links.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Okay, Slab B say he like a number two. That's a
Okay.
good all
Yep.
around hook.
Yep.
Slab B, do you use a sickle or J hook? Yeah, Hook say sickle's best for him. For number two. I'm with you on that.
Yep. Yep. Most popular.
I'll tell you what, that number six a bad boy too.
Yep.
That number six is a bad boy.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Slab B say light wire number four sickle hook. My favorite. Wow. I don't want nothing light wire.
At the new version of the Stinger probably in a couple weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's already getting. It ain't made yet, but I should have it in a couple weeks. So
That's what's up.
yeah, a little different profile.
Yeah. Slab B, do you mostly cast? Because most of the people that like the light wire, they cast to their crappie that I've seen. Ant Holinet Super Dave. There's Slick. Uh-oh, Super Dave says his favorite is lemon tackle wedge head with the number 6 J hook. There you go.
Good. Yep.
Yep.
Micro.
Yeah. Yeah, J hooks are cool.
Yeah.
Uh, but that sickle to me, man, it's just
Wider gap.
it does. It
Yeah.
does. Yep. Anthony Holland at Slick. There's Daniel. What's going on, my man? How's that boat
Darian,
going?
what's
You
up,
been on the
man?
water with it yet? Got him a new to him boat. Slick say he like the wedge head number 4 sickle. It's an awesome hook. Says I'm with you on those number 2 and number 4 sickle hooks. Yep. Rick says I usually use number 4 and number 2, some number 6 on 132nd, mostly sickle, but some light wire J hooks.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I can't do the light wire. My hook set is way too aggressive. Yeah, I do use a light drag, but
Yeah.
still, I don't want to get a big old fish up on top of the water. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's mostly with are you using mono when you casting or oh fluoro?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still not as bad as braid.
Right. No, no.
Yeah, there's a big shock that goes
I
on.
ain't really cast a 30, 40 foot braid. I know people that do it. They get like a 5 pound braid.
Yeah.
And I ordered some of that Japanese fluorocarbon today.
Oh,
Six
cool.
pound. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. Slabby says I've.
See, Daiwa makes it. I
Oh,
found
really?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, Dow was is
Yep.
that's Japan, right?
Yep. Yep.
The Dow was based
Yep.
in Japan. It's a company out of Japan. Slabby says he's had a lot bigger crappie get off a number 6, 2+ pound fish. Yeah, I mean especially if you're using a big bait, a big body bait, I should
Guys, I
say.
prefer a number 6. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
Hey, Crappie
Crappie
City.
setting. Slappy say, yes, I use braid some. I don't use those shark catching hooks though. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of the fish I was catching today, and that man, I try to pass this on to the clients, man. Just watching that fish when I set that hook. I mean, immediately, and a lot of these fish, I'm picking up from the base of structure. So it's so important to get that fish out of there away from that structure. And I was looking at it on live scope today, man. Those fish are getting an elevator ride so strong that it's unreal. And most of the fish, they don't get to fight until they're up near the surface. I hooked into a 5 or 7 pound flathead today, but it looked like a crappie sitting on a limb down there. I didn't see his tail back there.
What size hook did you have? Or jig head?
Number 4, it was a wedge head,
Uh huh.
132nd wedge on a number 4 J hook,
Okay.
and I was using that one and three
Regular J
quarter
hook or a steelhead?
regular J hook. No,
Okay.
regular
Yeah.
J hook.
Yeah.
And man, I snatched that joke off that struck. He tried to get back down there, man, but he just couldn't do it.
What length rod?
10 footer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I try to stay with that 10 because it's so light.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Especially fishing most of the day.
yeah, yeah, and with clients,
Yeah.
they're not used to long rods.
Right.
And speaking of long rods, for whoever that don't use long rods and want to get into it, sometimes you have. I'm gonna tell you, Matt Braid is pretty good on this not happening. Is tail wrap, tip wrap on with using braid. If you especially if you have a mishook set, that braid will wrap around the tip of your rod. The absolute worst thing that you can do is shake that a long
Yeah.
rod.
Yeah. And it
That
just,
makes it
yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
So either look at it, get a good look at it, and just turn your whole reel.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, with the setup that I have, 9 times out of 10, I'm having to have them turn the whole reel to the right,
Right.
and it'll just be one wrap. You turn that reel to the right one time, and you're fine. But a lot of them want to shake it. Then I got to pull the rod to me and take 5 or 6 wraps off of it because it gets worse. Slap B, that's one thing that me and you are totally different on. Is I like a stout hook,
Right.
and that's one of the things that got me involved with Steve was hooks that didn't bend. Man, me
Right.
and Bluegill fought that the LBG. I'm talking about the fisherman LBG. We fought that buying jigs from this person and that person, several places, and you set the hook and the hook will straighten out
Yeah.
on you.
You don't want to lose your record
That's
fish
right.
of a lifetime. You're gonna
That's
be
right.
crying. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I treat every drop just like I'm gonna catch the biggest fish of my life.
That's right.
Yeah,
Without a
I don't
doubt.
take no chances.
Yep.
And I've made mistakes in the past, lost of fish, but you try
Yeah.
to limit them.
Right. I want it to be because I
Yeah,
did something wrong, not
yeah,
because
yeah,
of equipment failure. That's
exactly.
equipment failure when you have
Yeah,
hooks straightened out.
yeah,
Murdoch says sucker hooks are by far my favorite. I prefer to pour my own, but I only have ball head moles. I like the wedge head and peel heads the best, but I will pour a 16 and 1/32 on a bigger hook. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. I know
Super.
Mississippi, they use bigger hooks anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Super Dave say I fish a lot of brush and find the wedge head number 6 J hook doesn't get hung in brush as bad. See, a lot of people don't understand the
right. Yeah,
purpose of a wedge head.
yeah,
And that right there is one of the things that I seen
yeah.
back when Steve first came out with that thing.
And
Is you
fish it
could,
light. You know what I mean? A lot of don't be rough with it. You got
yeah,
to fish it real light and
yeah,
feel every little twig. You
right.
start yanking, it's bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But that wedge head, you're less likely to get snagged up
right.
in brush than with
Yeah,
says the wedge works through the mess better, I find, without
yeah,
a doubt. I totally agree.
yeah. And
And
then you
on
start
top of
getting
that,
more confidence in it. You know what I
it,
mean?
it's
Yeah,
it's two things with that wedge head that I like. One is if you do a hand tie or plastic or however you want to do it, and you do paint that head, if you have to use a high contrast combination, that wedge head gives you that much more contrast
right.
because of the surface.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of people they just don't understand
right.
uh, the benefits of that wedge head,
Yeah.
and that's what I found. Murdoch says you just have to modify your mold so it will fit. Okay. Uh, I don't know what that is. What you talking about over there, Slick? He say hashtag something.
I see something. I see what you're doing. I don't know. What was the
Maybe
letters?
ICKW.
I see.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I have to Google it.
Yep. Yep, Super Dave says pretty heads make for pretty jigs, and
Yeah,
pretty jigs and pretty crappie love them. That's
yeah.
what's up. Thumpaholic says hair jig works year round, Oklahoma.
Okay, cool, cool.
There's Miss Stephanie. Thanks for
Hey, Miss
joining us.
Stephanie.
Joey says number 4 with the 32nd under a split shot is my new lifestyle. I
Oh,
agree.
cool, man. Yep. And then once
That's
you get comfortable with it, you can make it work. A lot of times I'll
yeah,
that split shot, I'll have it closer to jig head or away from it more. It depends. Open
yeah,
water, I like about a foot. If I'm gonna
yeah,
fish brush, I get a little closer.
yeah.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this. This is something that I've been doing too is if I am, like you said, fishing brush, some of the stuff that I fish, I'm trying to get that jig up under a limb.
Yeah. Then
So
just the jig head
I'll
straight. Yeah.
well, no, well, either that or no split shot, or I'll raise that split shot up to
because you're
whereas
only
I can
going to go
see
on a foot in it, so you bring it like
exactly,
18 inches. Yep,
and I can still see that split shot when I know that the jig
yep,
is down beneath it.
yep,
So it's a lot of little tricks that
yeah,
you can do with that, and it's just to help you.
yeah.
But those
You
are
just don't want
things
to
that
bring that split shot and the jig in that brush. You pretty
right.
much,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. If you get snagged with
yeah,
the split shot, man,
yeah.
it's you can almost cancel it. Crappie Hunter, what's going on, my
Hey,
man?
crappie hunter,
So just checking in. Rarely catch y'all live. Well, we
cool.
appreciate it.
Yep.
It's been a minute. I hadn't heard from you in a while, man. It's been a minute since I've heard from you. You still doing YouTube? I already know you haven't because I hadn't seen a notification. He fished up north.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But that's what I had. Man, I'm still not seeing any questions. So there's Craig. Hey guys,
Hey,
forgot what day
Craig.
it was, but I made it.
Yep. Welcome, man.
Without a doubt, Super Dave,
Yep.
man, that dude, he is on top of that chat. I promise you. He
Yep.
and a lot of
Got
the
some nice
questions.
ones. Brought 61 back. Oh wow, that's
Woo!
good.
That's gonna
Yep.
be some. Now, my question is, were they filleting size, or are you gonna do them whole?
That's good. Yeah, it's that Duck Cove Marina over there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
okay.
go up in there pretty good. There's a bunch during the spawn. Every couple years, they get a 3 pound crappie out of there.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
nice.
in the back of that marina, there's a opening, and then you go back in there, probably 5 6 foot of water. Oh, they'll be spawning. They use
Yeah,
a big fish back there,
yeah.
and it's a lot of timber back there, 5 6 foot.
Wow, nice. Man, I'll tell you what, man. The daytime shallow water bite is so sporadic on the lakes down here. It is unreal. And I think it's just due to man. I'm not for sure if y'all got those cormorants up there,
Yeah, they have them forecast a lot of them. They say
but
where them
they
things
are
are, them things are where the fish are
yeah, yeah.
or
But
the bait. Yeah,
they are horrible.
yeah.
I
Ain't
don't
they
think they hunt
protected or
bait.
something? They're
Yeah, they
protected.
federally protected.
Yeah,
That's the crazy thing.
yeah.
Boy, Aunt tell Miss April I said hello. There's BRTP,
TP.
Miss Stephanie.
Good
That's a
mess.
mess of fish. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
And gonna be some fine eating.
yeah.
Gonna be some fine eating.
Yep. Were they
There's
on this Bertha? Was they on red wigglers or? That's more than likely. Mostly people use worms.
yeah.
Hey, jigs up. What's happening, man?
I found when I do, man, I'm gonna tell you, just using a jig and sometimes having, adding a crappie nibble or tipping it with a piece of red worm, it's hard to beat for them big bluegill. I seem to catch bigger bluegill with the jig. A lot of guys want to put a whole a whole worm on a hook. I'm not getting ready to do that. I'm gonna
Oh
put me a little
no.
old piece on there.
Yeah, I was watching some videos from Lake Havasu. They were using a 1/0 hook
Wow.
for these shell cracker. Oh
Uh huh.
man.
That's
Oof.
crazy.
Yeah, and they use regular night crawlers. I don't know if them. I usually get the red wigglers. I don't know if. I
Yeah.
know
That's
some people said they work better.
yeah. They
I
do.
think they
They
move
stay on your
better,
hook.
right?
I think they stay
Yeah.
on the hook better too.
I even
You know,
bought this thing. I forgot what the name of it was. It's a worm cooler. You ever see it?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
I ordered one. I'll have it at the house this probably in a couple days. What it
Yeah, because
is
that heat
it has
will
a
mess your worms
yeah,
up.
it
It'll
has a
kill them.
compartment for the worms in the middle, and
Yeah.
here outside of the styrofoam is ice. You put
Okay.
the you put it in the freezer. Well, the
Yeah.
outside goes in the freezer, and the little thing in the middle pulls out, and that's what the worms go in. It'll keep your worms cold for 8 hours
Oh, okay.
in a
Cool.
100-degree heat.
Yeah.
Yep. So I
Yeah.
bought
I
one.
know if it's
Yep.
hot, they will melt.
Yeah. Yep. So
They
I
will
bought one
melt.
to try it out.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. It'll hold,
Jigs.
I think, 6 7 dozen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Jigs Up says just got a mess of crappie cleaned and in the fridge. Fish still from 2 to 25 foot. Good news is no wind and no rain. Limit jig. Okay, you lost me with that. Oh, electric chicken.
Electric chicken. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up. Good that you
yeah,
got on a good mess, man.
yeah.
My favorite live video on YouTube. Thank you, Craig. Yes, indeed. I can eat for a while now. There you go.
That's good.
There you go. There's Wayne. What's going on, man? You
And
going to tell us what size jigs to use? We talked about it for 30 minutes a while ago. What you got any questions, Wayne? I think Wayne was the one that told me about that.
okay,
That
he
I
might have
need to.
missed it.
Yeah. Miss Stephanie says all we've had is either rain, super high winds, or both. Same thing here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that one. I know the first part is yep, I guess. It says I'm up near St. Louis. We are in extreme drought. You guys experiencing that man? We've been pounded with rain and wind. Yeah, St. Louis. C219. What's going on, my brother? Waited on repower on my Ranger, then back to pole dancing. There you go.
What are you gonna repower with? And then what model Ranger is it? I'm just curious.
Yeah, Wayne. We well, if it's like I say, if you got any questions, man, just throw it up there. We'll talk about it again. I sort of want to dedicate this show to that, but we're gonna talk about crappie fishing too. But man, there's just so many people that they just don't have a clue about the hook sizes and hook weights and jig head weights and all that. C219 say like the number 4 J hook. That's a really strong hook.
Yeah, Wayne. The beginning of the show for about 20 minutes, we went through all the
Yeah,
sizes. So when you watch it on the replay, you'll see it.
yeah. Or if you have a question, just
Yeah.
throw it up there. Mr. Fahim, what's going on, my man? We're all good and hopefully. Yep, right there. There's the question. There's the answer right there. There is no one jig to use, without
Yep.
a doubt. I,
Yep.
I
You got to
agree.
have variety.
Yep.
Yep, and have them readily available. You know what I mean? A lot of guys get these little, boxes. You can hold about 20 jig heads in there. You have just a
Uh
little
huh.
assortment, and a lot of guys make a little pouch like a wallet. And I used to make them, and I'd put my jig heads in there, and I put it in my back pocket, just like a wallet.
Right.
And I'd break off. I just pull it out there. I don't even have to go to your compartment or anything. So look for them too. I was gonna think about making them and selling them. Little jig wallet.
Yeah.
All it is a piece of cloth like a wallet, and then it's foam lined, and you
Uh
just
huh.
fold it and put it in your back pocket.
Yeah. That's
It'll
pretty cool.
hold probably 30, 40. You
Uh
put
huh.
20 hand ties and then 20 jig heads in it.
Cool. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Chris say he like the wire hook too. Say that he gets hung a lot.
yeah,
But thing is, when you get hung in that monster crappie, that hook's gone.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, it's like Steve said a while ago, man. If you are fishing structure and you're going in there, man, it is so important to have a light hand and learn the difference between a crappie thumping that bait and you bumping a limb.
yeah,
And I'm so glad I would not be a guide right now if there wasn't live scope because it is a sensitive field. It is
yeah.
so. I mean, you have to be on your game and paying attention, or you will stay hung up.
Hitting, live scope helps. I've
Oh yeah,
been watching the screen. I'm like, set the hook. And they're like, why? Because you see the
exactly.
fish,
Yep.
it's got it in its mouth.
I had
Yep.
I had clients Monday or Tuesday, one of them. And I'm gonna tell you, I was saying set the hook. Well, my thing is got him or hit him. I was having to say that 5 times.
Man.
And sometimes I'd have to reach over there to my client and set the hook, set the and yank up on the rod. He was like, I didn't feel nothing. I'll say,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna say this again.
Yeah.
You do not feel all the bites,
Right.
but you're looking at that fish right there.
Yep. Yep.
You're looking at what he's doing. And the thing is, since live scope come out, uh it's one of the reasons why I hate using split shots is because it's classified a negative bite. And but back in the day you could tell because you'd have a slack line bite. You'd see your line go slack and you know that a fish has hit up on your bait.
Right.
But with the split shots there now, you don't get that slack line.
Right.
But if you see it on the screen, and it's like I tell my clients all the time, hook sets are free. Now don't preset the hook because I've had so many clients that get that jig down there, and as soon as that fish starts to turn to look up at it, bam, they trying to
Right.
set the hook, and the fish hadn't had a chance to
Yeah.
to uh, 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 attack the bait yet.
Right.
Slick. Oh, one of the guys in the chat. Okay, I'm with you now. No slack outdoors says good afternoon. I joined late in the convo, but one reason I use a wedge head is the shape resembles a minnow or shad, in my opinion.
Yep. Yep.
I agree with you on that.
And there's a minnow head too, also.
Right, right. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's what the avatar for this video. Most of those
Okay.
were minnow heads.
Yeah.
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 Yep. And Steve, you got those too, right?
Yeah. And I have an angled minnow, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's
I don't even think I put pictures out there yet, but I'll start doing that.
yeah.
It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Crop Hunter said had made a video in 2 or 3. I know it, man.
Oh
I
wow.
remember back in the day. We were all
Yeah.
every week we putting out a video. Miss YouTube, and hopefully I'll find time this year. Yep, I'm with you.
That's what I was
This
thinking.
live
More
is
of that
about the
stuff.
only thing that I'm
Right.
consistent with on YouTube. It's tough, man. I mean,
Oh
that time, I'm telling you that the time it takes forever, editing a clean video, and even recording, it takes time. Craig say got rain Tuesday and Thursday, 2 3/4 inch, biggest rain in a long time, much needed. There you go. I think that's when that rain hit y'all up there, right, Steve?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Miss Bertha says she filleted some for the lazy people, but I like mine whole. That's what's up.
That's cool. Yep.
So do you fry them whole, as in just scale them and gut them and then fry them, or do you butterfly them open? BTRP say or BRTP says, what type of setup do y'all use? Straight braid or jig or braid to? Most definitely not swivel. But we do
So
use I faithfully use a leader.
I do both.
Yeah,
I like the leader if I'm using a light jig, like a 132nds, and then if I
keeps it
have
from getting tangled up.
a 3/8 above it, and I tried it, and that braid kept tangling. I put that fluorocarbon leader, I didn't have one tangle.
Yeah,
Yep. So it's
it
worth
helps a
it
lot.
just for that.
Yep.
Yep. And the first time I did like a 3 foot leader, it was too long.
When
Yeah.
you
So
say you
I'm.
like them fancy curtains you got back there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rick says BTRP, I like braid to mono leader, then loop knot to jig, without a doubt. When he
No,
says,
yeah, we don't really talk about knots. I don't really. If I tie a double setup, maybe if I'm casting, I'll do a loop knot up top. But in generally, I don't do loop knots a lot.
what knot you use?
Palomar.
Really?
Yeah, just straight to a jig. I always use the Palomar.
Do you find that you have to pull your knot to the center of the?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
If the crappie is finicky and I'm thinking something's wrong, I'll do that to see if that makes a
Yeah,
difference, you know. But I'll do
yeah,
that once in a while. In my head, I'll see it and I'll be like, yeah, I need to pull it.
yeah. That
Yeah.
I will tell you this, me going to a loop night was one of the biggest improvements on me catching crappie with jigs that I can
Because it's
think of.
swiveling naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is if that let me see if I can show you this. If that knot is tight and it you catch a fish, the knot will be up on top of the eye hook.
Right, right.
But you need that knot right in the middle. That way your jig sits horizontal. You want that
Right,
jig to
right.
sit horizontal in the water. And if you catch a fish and don't pull that knot down, your jig will be
Right.
sitting down there like this, and
Right,
it's just
right.
so
Yep. Yep.
unnatural. That was a really big improvement when I went to start using the loop knots.
One of the reasons I like bringing my line through my eyelet twice.
Right.
You know what I mean? To more strength. But with braid, I don't think it really matters now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because braid's pretty strong. Even the fluoro, usually people like a leader. I'm using 12 pound, I believe,
Yep.
or 15 pound on a leader. So
Uh.
that's pretty strong stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Craig said he only caught one crappie last weekend and rained for the next 4 days.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh, going with that show at 200.
Okay,
So
cool.
they got a 620 Ranger.
Okay. Yep, yep.
That's what's up, man. That
Yeah.
thing's you gonna see
Yep.
some high 60s in that, I
Oh
bet.
yeah. You doing brand new engine or that's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Today
Yeah,
was
I'm deciding on if I want to do a new engine on mine. I don't know. I keep
yeah,
going back and forth.
yeah. I seen 56 today, 56 miles per hour in that old boat that I put together with that
Oh,
150
okay. Cool.
trimmed up. I big old rooster tail back there. Lake was flat. Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I nailed it, and I was like, let's see what this thing will do.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
first time since I had that boat out there that it was flat, I could run it.
Right.
But yeah, 56. I think that's my
Cool.
top
Yeah.
speed. But I won't do that all the time. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I'll
And then you have
50.
to see how that boat feels. You can get more out of it,
Yeah, yeah,
play
yeah,
with it.
probably
Yep.
so. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. For
Props,
for
that's a big
150 though, I
thing.
think
Yeah.
that's pretty good for
Yeah. Yeah.
150.
It gets up on plane pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm in it with myself, it
Yeah.
does really well. But if
Right.
I add two big people, like if I'm
Right.
guiding, and I'm two plus.
Right.
I get
Right.
two other guys that's two plus. Man,
Right. Yeah.
it takes a while.
Yeah.
A lot longer, but that's why I was telling forget who I was talking to, but I was telling man that Dargle only got a 115 on it. I can't put too much weight in it, and that jerk, I mean, it's just boom, just I nailed it, and it don't rear up. I mean, it's just it raises up and just straight on top.
Some boats, the bow don't lift that much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
quick. Like the
yeah,
Ranger, it lifts on to get on plane, but
uh
top
huh,
speed it don't come up that much.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, this boat here, I mean, that joker's especially
Yeah,
with three big guys in it,
yeah, yeah,
it'll
yeah,
finally lay
yeah.
over.
Yep.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna step up. I see that a 19 or 20 with at least a 200 on it.
Right. Yep.
It's the perfect. It would be the perfect guide
Yep.
boat.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that 150 does really good
Yeah.
with one guy, one maybe two people, but it struggles with three people. Yeah, so I'll be upgrading coming soon. Murdoch says, Steve, can you get me a 1/16 and 1/32 mold for your wedge head and a peel head? I have looked everywhere and can't find them. I found the peel heads, but I don't want the bait holder on it. Yeah, I've never dealt with it. Joey says, SK, it seems like the deeper the summer gets and the hotter the weather it is, these fish get finicky and require smaller things. The smallest thing you can fish with, fish that the wind will allow you. Same for you, yes. But I will tell you this: I will never write it in stone. Uh, because just like man, right now I'm using a 1 3/4 stinger. And it's not a real small bait. I mean, it's just under 2 inches. But it's like I said a while ago. A lot of times that the size is not what you need to adjust. It's the weight. When these fish hit a bait, they use vacuum. So if they're finicky, you want to not. I mean, you don't have to go with a smaller profile, but you definitely want to go down on the weight. Craig says when someone mentioned pole dancing, got me excited.
Oh man.
Mr. Fahim says I don't really have any more room for crappie in my freezer. That's a good problem.
Yep.
Must save some room for shell cracker. Oh yeah, and big old bluegill. I've been doing really good on crappie last week and this week. That's what's up, man.
Send me a message, man, and I'll head up there and do some bluegill fishing, man, if you want.
Cool.
Yeah, it's probably arrowhead too. I don't know.
Wayne said he used a CD case to hold his lures. Yeah, I've seen some people do that too. Yep. Slabby said I used to be a big line watcher. Yep, me too. Far facing sonar has done away with that for the most part. Yep.
A lot of people don't
Yeah.
realize I use straight braid when I pitch a jig before live scope, and that fish hit it before, I'd feel it right in the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how sensitive that stuff is. If you pay
Yeah.
attention, you can feel it right through the line as soon as that jig hits it. That fish hits it.
Yep. I agree. Instead of a line watcher, you're a screen watcher. That's right. That's right. I still shoot docks and watch my line. Just located them, how deep, et cetera, with far fish. So then I don't look at any more just fish. That's what's up.
Virtual reality goggles next. You're gonna see live scope right through your glasses.
Yeah. Murdoch says there's a move that make right before they bite. If I see their tail make a hook, I'm yanking. It's hard to
Yeah.
explain without showing, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, it's so many different things that I see. And the biggest thing the fish down here, you know, the biggest thing for us down here is finding what will wake these fish up because a lot of times these fish seem like they're asleep. And I'm talking about we're having to get that jig sometimes. And I've used this analogy in a lot of my reports. Is we was having to poke the fish in the eye with a jig, and I am dead serious about that. I've had clients. Okay, my thing is always keep the jig right above the fish to where as you can see the jig. But at times we're having to hit the fish with the jig before they wake up, and you can tell it's surprising because you can see them. It's like they flinch, and then when they stand up to come at it, you really got to watch some of their. If they don't hit it to where you can feel it, you got to really watch their because they'll usually make that little hook.
Yep. Depends on the angle that jig's at.
Exactly,
Yeah. If it ain't lined up perfect, they'll misstrike it a lot.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
yep,
that's what I hate because usually if they're gonna do that, they're pretty much almost done sometimes.
yeah,
Especially if it's a big fish.
yep. And it's like I tell my clients too. The big fish, a lot of times they get away with just things that I say absolutely do not do this, do not do that, and they'll do it and they'll catch the small fish. Yeah, it work on that small fish, but when it get to a big fish, you're gonna lose him. Braid with monoliter. That's what's up, Joey. Miss Stephanie says, I know you do. I've just had to say it and give you a hard time. Miss Bertha says, just deep fry them whole with some onion on the side. Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, me and Steve. Was that me and you talking today about the butterfly?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If I do whole fish, that's my absolute best way of doing it is butterflying them.
Oh, how I
And
saw the butterfly was you fillet on both sides, but leave it on the fish, and then you
uh-huh.
cut the bone, the main part of the fish off. So all you have is two flaps.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's still, well, it's not really whole fish then.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Just they take that middle part out
Yeah.
with the rib cages and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
But
a
that
flap, kind of two flaps,
yeah,
but it's
if you
still
if
attached at the tail.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the center bone is still there?
No, center bone gone, but the fillets are still attached to the tail.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And when you
Is
throw
that
it in that
is that
grease,
way
you
I
pitch it.
think Kegel was doing it like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. They
Yeah,
call
yeah, I
it a
seen that.
Louisiana butterfly or something. And
Huh.
then when they throw it in the grease, they pitch it so it pitches in that them
So it
them two
separates?
pieces open. Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I was wondering if you're pan frying and how do you get that separation? You know what I mean? But I guess the cornmeal and stuff does that automatically.
Yeah. Very possible. I've never did it like that, but Craig said my pond still needs 11 foot of water to be full.
Oh wow!
Stock the crappie and gills. Stock with crappie and gills.
Cool.
Wow. Slappy said the motto leader is for the fisherman's confidence. In my opinion, crappie don't know what fishing line is. But the thing is like what Steve was saying a while ago is, most of us with this far fishing sonar right now are using a split shot above their jig, and you will. I mean, I've seen, especially if you're using a light jig, 30-second or so. If you're dropping that jig down there, your split shots or weights above your jig is going to fall faster than your jig, and it just that jig it allow the
Right,
braid
right.
straight braid allows it to tangle
Yep,
up on
yep.
itself.
And I one day, man, I probably had it 50 times. I was like, man, I'm done. I
Yeah,
put my thing on spotlight, went back and tied me a leader on. Didn't happen
yeah,
again.
yep.
Yep.
That's one of the big. Yeah, it's not about the fish seeing the line, but
Right.
that's just a benefit. And on top of that, uh, uh, with it helping with the tangles is if you get snagged really bad, you don't have to worry about that braid cutting your hand because it's mono that'll usually break.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Craig says I sometimes use a loop knot on my jigs. I faithfully it's unless I'm casting, which is very rare. I'll use a tight knot, but other than that, if I'm vertical jigging, it's a loop knot all the way, all the time. Joey said, "Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it." There's Blake. Did you retire the doggle? No, I just very much so enjoying fishing off this other boat, man. It's so much faster, not in speed, but I mean in running speed. Well, it is faster in running speed, but fishing speed. It's like I've said before. A lot of people think that, in my opinion, a heavy boat is it's more of a hassle than a lot of people think. Uh, uh,
A lot more
and this
expensive too. Most
that
of the
too.
time. Yeah.
Yep, yep. But this boat's a lot lighter than the doggle, and I can get to the fish with less power on the trolling motor, and I'm just more stealthy. My target range has extended 2 foot, which is a big old help. And the doggle, it'll
Clients. Yeah.
yeah, and it's I hadn't had a client complain yet. I mean, once they get out there and fish it. The one complaint that I do have is it getting on top with three big guys in it. I need a bigger boat. Miss Stephanie says I already subscribed and hit the like button on the way in, Joey.
Cool, cool,
Super
cool.
Dave. Super Dave. Dropping the links. Slap Buster says boat slap can affect it. Oh, big time. Some days that spooks them. Yep, I see that a lot. They will go to the bottom in the mud. Boat traffic also affects them. They don't like it, and I don't blame them. I don't like it either. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Slabby said, "What's the game? What's that game you, where you were wear that thing on your head?" I'm not doing that. I draw the line. That's you say that's where you draw the line at. Cool. Mr. Fame says I will start looking for a shell cracker and bluegill spot next week. I've never caught or witnessed a bluegill caught at Lake Arrowhead. Wow, cool. Craig says seems like you guys have a lot of experience with live scope, and I've never seen one.
Oh wow, Craig. Where you
Hey,
at, Craig? Where's Craig
don't
from?
do it. Don't do it.
We're
Hey, I'm
gonna
gonna
have to
tell you,
introduce you.
don't do it. I tell everybody if you catch a fish and you're happy without using live scope, don't ever, never, ever use live scope because once you do,
SSK, I did it to him.
once I hated. I'm not gonna say I hated live scope, but I was one of those guys say I will never ever have to use that live scope. And it's not that it helped me catch fish. It's just that I got addicted to seeing what the fish were doing, and that's the big thing. It is addictive. Not that it's you need it to catch fish, but it's addictive seeing what those fish are doing. Joey said, "Y'all are making me hungry." Craig, it will blow your mind when you figure out what you're looking at. Game changer, worth every penny. I
Yeah,
agree.
it's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You also use a fluoro or a mono leader with braid so they don't break, so they can break it easier when. Yep, that's
Yeah,
exactly what I was
yeah,
saying. Yep,
yeah. Another
without a
benefit.
doubt. Yep. Joey says, how mono is easier to tie and the flexibility. I use floral leader in the past, but my success increased going to mono. What works best for the individual is the right answer. That's right.
Yep,
I totally agree. There's no one way of doing it. I mean,
yep,
if straight um, braid is working for you, perfect. If mono's working, hey, more
yep.
power. Slab says far fishing sonar is worth the money in just the structure you will find, let alone the fish part.
Right.
Yeah, PVC I used to could hide PVC. Can't do none of that no more.
Yep.
This person says, Steve, I'll try it like that and probably stuff them with some tasty seafood mix. So there you go. I'll let
Okay.
you know how it comes out.
Oh, cool.
Slab says braid does have its drawbacks. It can tie to the tip. Yep, like no other, without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Yep. Yep.
I agree. Blake says I quit tying slip knots on unpainted jig heads. Had lines slip through that tiny gap too many times if the jig head is unpainted. You gotta get it from Steve. They don't do that.
That's them eagle claw hooks. They're famous for
Yeah.
that. I
I'll tie
use
the loop
truly
knot
mustad.
and
Yeah.
it won't slip through that gap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Knot. I don't know what the slip knot is.
I think that's the one where you just cinch it down. It's a tight knot.
Oh,
Uh
okay.
yeah. Oh, he said paint it won't slip through. Yeah. That's what's up. Squiddle says heading to Lake Palestine soon. Any advice on fishing south end of Lake Near Dam?
Mm, yeah. Send me a message, man. I'll give you some pointers.
Oh man, excuse me. It's been a long day. Getting up at 3:30 a.m. Man, It's a long day. Craig says hour
Iowa.
Steve.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm old school.
Yeah. You're a little too far, man. Sorry.
Joey said I watched SK smoke the live scope guys at the weigh-in using just his hummingbirds back in the day. I also watched him use live scope and went home with the full bag. There you go. Yeah,
Cool.
Joey did a trip with me. He had a blast out there.
Yeah.
Even though you can see those fish, there's still things you have to do to entice those. Man, is at least on the lakes down here. I know
Right.
that there are some lakes that they'll see that jig 4 or 5 feet away and they're coming after it. That's not gonna happen on the lakes down here, and that's what make a lot of people get so frustrated with Lake Houston. Trying to catch crappie out there because they are so finicky. And I'm talking about you're having to get this bait. I mean, 99% of the fish look like that jig is within inches of that fish's face before he reacts. And that's the big difference in getting those fish to bite or not. Slav says no spots or hiding places anymore. That's right.
They're trying to hide. I just start moving that live scope till I get the right angle, and they ain't hiding no more.
That's right. Super Dave says I don't know at Slab B. Sometimes I can't hardly seem to find them. I'll tell you what, I try to today I want to do some helm recording on my unit just to show how dug in some of these fish are. And I know it's killing a lot of people because they don't understand how deep into the structure these fish are going. And I'm not meaning as in this great big old tree and these fish are in the middle of it. I'm talking about there'll be a limb that may have 6 inches to a foot of clearance between the bottom of the limb and the bottom of the lake. And those fish will be up under that structure, basically just sitting right on the bottom. And man, it's so crazy seeing that. And I know it's killing a lot of people, but those fish are they're protecting themselves, and on top of that, they are an ambush predator. Joey says, "I loop not everything." I'm with you. Yeah, I want that jig to be horizontal. Super Dave says, "My guess they buried in the mud." Yep. Sound like your crappie up there are doing what some of these crappie down here are doing. Miss Stephanie says, "No need to break your line when you get hung up. I just bring the entire brush, take my bait off, and drop the brush pile." So she
You know what
uses.
I've done a couple times is I'll lift my rod up and I'll get that line real tight in my hand, and I'll like banjo it, let it go, and that thing will spring back, and sometimes that'll let that jig go if I'm
Uh
stuck.
huh. Yeah.
That that works a lot of times. A
Yep.
lot of guys got the old spark plug. They'll run it down there with the line. And,
Yeah. Super Dave say he's getting up at 3:30 every a.m.
oh
It
man,
makes for a long day, man.
oh yeah, especially on the East Coast.
Loop night, slip night, long day.
Okay, not a slip knot, loop knot. Okay.
Okay. Squiddo says, "SK, have you been to the south end of Lake Houston lately?" Possibly. May have been where I went today. Our crappie hang out with the crawfish. Yep, that's right. I've always, especially since I've gotten live scope, I can really see it. But my motto from way back has always been fish to structure from the top to the bottom. If they don't hit at the top, just keep working down through that. And this is to help the guys that don't have live scope. But on top of all of that, I do know that these fish live on the bottom a lot. And the thinking of catfish live on the bottom needs to be reversed because I think crappie hang on the bottom more than the catfish, from what I've been seeing, especially on this lake down here, these lakes down here. Craig says, I really like making you guys laugh. It makes my day. That's what's up, man. We enjoy you participating. We have a lot of people come in and they just sit back and watch and never say anything.
Right.
But it's all about, you guys ask questions or make comments. I'm here to learn also. And in no way, shape, or form do I feel that I know everything. But I'm a guy that's aggressive in learning, wanting to learn. Yeah, once you hit that send button, Joey, there ain't no taking it back.
Right.
Says, yeah, I catch my fish in the water too. Yep, that's right. There's Camo Joe. Look at there. I spoke
Oh,
him up.
Joe.
I spoke him up. Steve, man, I'm about wore out, dude. How you over there?
I'm good,
We
man.
we we over an hour already. I think
Yep.
I mean, nobody's asking questions.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the
We've gone
hooks
through a
and
lot of stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
And then Wayne, if you had any jig head stuff, yeah, watch the video after in the first part of the show. We
yeah,
went through, showed pictures and everything. So
right, right.
yeah, it was good,
Yeah,
man.
SK, remember
Yep.
watching one of your older videos. You said you fished depths, specifically depths. I meant a lot. Yep,
Yep. Yeah, I'll be back fishing next week, so can't wait.
cool. Craig, you ain't gotta have have it to catch them. It just saves a lot of time, and you will be able to chase open water fish. That's
Yep.
actually why I got one. Yep,
Yep. Chase a fish for 30 minutes. You
yep.
would have told me that 10 years ago, I would have said you crazy.
That's what's up.
Yep.
I think people can't come here for the community aspect more than just learning. Yeah, I try to make it to where it's just you know, I like it to where people feel
Yep.
comfortable chatting however they want.
We become a big family, basically. That's what
That's
it is.
right.
Yep.
That's right. That vibe is what keeps me coming back. That's what's up, Joey.
And everyone has questions on fishing. They see
Yep.
something new.
Yep.
We're here to help each other.
That's right. Without a doubt.
Yep.
Said both is what keeps me coming back, Joey. That's what's up.
Yep. Yep.
Well, guys, I'm about I know my eyes look like they're about closed. I can barely read. I'm just I'm wore out. So I mean, I'm not seeing any other questions popping up. But I'm just glad to see everybody come in, and I think we talked about some good stuff that'll help people throughout. You know, helping them put fish in the boat.
Right. Yep. Cool,
Craig
man.
says, I love the suspense, just casting and catching. Yeah, that's a prize thump. It just don't get
Yeah.
no better than that,
Yep.
without a doubt. That's what I miss the most.
Yep.
Uh, Using live scope, but the live scope makes up for it. Just being able to see everything.
Yep.
Mason says, new to crappie fishing, caught my first one ever, Texas rigging a crawl. Then one on a 3-inch what? Then one on a 3-inch bluegill.
Yeah, they
I
make them
believe.
baits, the bluegill baits.
Wow, I believe they will hit just about anything.
These bass fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Catch them. Yep.
But that's on a 3-inch blue. Well,
Yeah.
they eat a 3-inch bluegill.
Yeah. Man, speaking of that, when I went to the Bassmaster Classic a couple years ago,
Uh huh.
man, they had some bluegill baits, $1,500, $2,500 for one lure. The bass guys
Wow.
were buying. They even had $5,000 bait, custom made, hand painted. I was like, man,
Yeah.
phew, imagine
Yeah.
getting hung up with that.
Exactly. Yep.
You'd
Yep.
have to go swimming.
Some of those bass guys, man, they spending
Oh
some money on
yeah,
those baits, man.
yeah,
Yep. Tram, I think that's how you pronounce that first part. Tram.
yep, yep.
New here. Where y'all from? We're in
Oh, cool,
Texas.
man. Yep, Texas, man.
Yep.
Yeah, welcome, man.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeepy, Yeppy, we appreciate you joining us, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Miss Stephanie,
Yep.
Slap B, enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all stay safe out
Yep.
there.
Take care, Slab
Super
B.
Dave says, yes, another good show.
Yep.
Joy says, welcome to the family, Mason.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna do that when Steve get back in town. We'll get our giveaway. And on
Yeah.
top of that, I still have not
No Ranger
tomorrow.
boat giveaway.
No Ranger boat tonight. But tomorrow I should have everybody that all the giveaways mailed out. I already got them
Cool.
packaged up. I just got to get them in envelopes and
Yep.
sent out.
Cool.
So we'll get that started back up when Steve gets back in town.
Yep.
Craig says,
Yep.
"Thank you guys for another great live. Looking forward to next week."
Yep.
And that's why we constantly coming back, man. It's just
Yeah.
comments like that,
Yep.
and you know, the love of crappie fishing. I love it. Joey says I hand paint my baits also, Steve. I dip heads in powder paint and bake them in a $20
Yep.
toaster oven. That's
Exactly.
what's up.
Yep.
Dan says, SK, what depth of water do you start looking for bluegill shell cracker in? It could be as shallow as 2 foot. The thing is, man, with the electronics now, side imaging is the way to go. Hunting for bluegill, and they tell on themselves. It's that time of
Yep.
year to where they're gonna start bedding. If you learn what the beds look like, it's just super simple to get on them. I've seen them bed in as deep as 10 foot of water
Yep. What I usually do is get in about 12 foot of water and
and
then
scan
side
up.
scan. Yep. Yep.
Yep. Uh huh.
I could put it 80 feet because you're gonna see them pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If it's a good bed, it.
Yep.
Yep. Uh huh. Oh, okay. I see it now. Yep. Uh huh.
Okay, that's what it is.
Oh, Sesame Street guys. Okay.
Yep.
I
Yep.
got you. Yeah, I see their little avatar now.
Yeah. That's
Man, I
cool.
don't know how I missed it. I didn't. I couldn't break it down like that. And as usual, Super Dave has brought it to a great point here. Everyone, please be safe. Wear those PFDs. Miss Stephanie says, "See y'all next week. Same time,
Yep.
same flavor."
Take care,
Sounds like a.
guys.
All right, I got one more. Darren, something I always start with is finding the depth the bait is schooling in. Okay. Super Dave's still dropping the links over there.
Yep.
And this is to get in contact with me if any of you guys want to get on a boat with me. Super Dave, Slick, appreciate you guys. Everybody in chat, uh, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Steve, as always, big props to you, brother. I appreciate you hanging with me.
Oh yeah.
We'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
Same
Take care.
time, same flavor. Later.